And we're back.
All right.
I don't know where we cut out. I just said you should see it within 2 weeks in the theaters because I like seeing it with a crowd.
Okay. And I say watch it on Redbox.
Yes, you did. That needed to be said again, I guess. Now, I'd like to kick things off with marketing for this movie. Like, nowhere in the marketing does it say that Dave Bautista is blind and that's why he needs an Uber. Like, he just had LASIK.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something you want to promote?
I thought it was a big piece of the movie, and it was very important.
Yeah.
But
and it just shouts comedic hijinks.
Yeah.
Mr. Magoo type stuff.
Yeah.
Which it delivered.
Yeah.
I like those moments.
Maybe
we'll throw up the spoiler alert.
Okay. I thought the same thing. I'm like, I must have missed it on the preview when I was, but they didn't give it in the preview.
None of the trailers.
Oh.
Even in interviews, Kumail Nanjiani says, I don't know why it's not in the trailers.
I don't know either. It was a big piece. It would have attracted more people.
I think so too. And then another piece that I saw was missing was the dog. The marketing is pushing the dog. I see it on the billboards, and I'll throw it up on the live screen. Where's the full screen? There we go. Yeah, the dog's right in there with the main poster. Like, I don't know what the deal is.
He's taking up like a fifth of the poster.
Yeah. Like same with fighting with my family. Like, the fight with the family is even worse though. Like, the dog's on the poster, right there with the Rock, and it's barely in the movie. It's barely a thing. Luckily, the dog in this one actually plays a part in the plot. So,
Yeah, when they give him the stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, very, I think it was mismarketed.
I think so too.
And sadly, it's coming out like at a terrible time in the summer, I feel. You got Spider-Man in front of it, and apparently Spider-Man dominated this weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Crawl also took some of the,
the market share.
Yeah, exactly. And now we got Lion King next week. I mean, Kumail Nanjiani in interviews has said, like, as much as well, like, we only have one weekend to do it, So hopefully, I hope they recoup their losses, because I think it was a, fun comedy,
Okay. Stu, what other movie has he come out with? Like, in any of the big name?
Kumail Nanjiani, like I mentioned, The Big Sick was like his big thing. He's done bit parts and stuff like Portlandia.
He's supposed to be a comedian, or was he a comedian stand-up before?
Yeah, he was in stand-up.
Oh, okay.
And he does a lot of voice work too. Like, he was in Ninjago movie,
All right. Yeah,
one of our loyal fans keeps messaging me saying she can't find it. But we're up.
Okay.
Now she says it's working.
Okay.
But again, this show's for you guys, so please get at us in the comments. And let's say you missed the live show, still leave a comment, and we'll get at you later. Also, this episode, if you want to support the show, I do drive Uber, so I have that special insight. But also, if you want to use my code, if you're planning on signing up for Uber, please use my code, because it gets you a certain promotion for both you and me, but it, supports the show while locking in a guarantee for you, I believe, is the promotion running right now. You can also see the code in the description of the video.
Okay.
What are some of your favorite moments, Serge?
I thought Bautista's acting was really good.
He's always the highlight of every movie he's in. I really like Dave Bautista.
I think he's been getting. I thought he was gonna be a bad actor, like, you know, because the move from wrestling to acting.
Well, I mean, many of others have done it.
John Cena, you know.
Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
I mean, his movies are golden. Let's not forget Scorpion King, Dwayne Johnson.
Yep. I mean,
we make fun of Dwayne Johnson's older movies, but yeah, there is a transition. You know, that CGI garbage in The Mummy Returns that they put Dwayne Johnson in.
Yeah.
No good.
Poor Dwayne.
Yeah. But now he's doing, you know, Jumanji movies and just killing it.
I haven't seen all of Dwayne's movie. My favorite movie would have to be The Fast and the Furious.
Which one?
The one where they're in Dubai. Is that 6 or 7?
Dubai. I can't remember. Where's the one where they're robbing the bank? Fast 5 is my favorite. That's the first one with The Rock.
Oh.
I can't remember which one's Dubai. I honestly haven't seen all the Fast and the Furious.
The guy from Crank, what's his name?
Jason Statham.
Yeah. Where he comes out in that movie.
I think
and then he rock bottomed him through the glass. I think that's my favorite movie, like, from The Rock, you know?
Because he gets his butt kicked.
Yeah, he's like fighting.
Well, I mean, while we're talking about it, Hobbs and Shaw is coming out later this year.
Yeah.
And that's one of the movies I'm looking forward to in August.
Next month, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's mid-August. I know it's not the first week, but it's definitely in August.
Okay. What was I gonna say?
Dave Bautista?
Dave Bautista? Yeah, I think his acting was, like, exceptional.
Yeah, and, like, in his other roles, too, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like, it's pretty touching at moments. Like, yeah, he's a rage guy, but he also has comedic timing, which is surprising. Like,
his facial expression, he's like, what? What?
Like, in this whole movie, like, he has to pretend like he can't see, you know? And that's tough for some actors to do. And I think he played it to great comedic effect. Like, I loved it when he's blind because of LASIK and he's trying to drive his car, and he's, like, yelling, "Get out of the way," and there's nobody in the street.
Yeah.
You can't see.
He's just... I like when he falls in that hole.
Yeah, it's like this big ditch, and then when Stu picks him up, he's like, "Hey, look, someone drove in there." And the guy's like, "Well, they should have put up a sign." He's like, "Well, if he didn't see the ditch, he wouldn't have seen the sign."
Oh my God.
And there was plenty of signs. Oh, good stuff. That was one of the bigger laughs in the movie, when just like, and I loved it when he thought it was like, because he couldn't see, it was a like women's strip club, but it was a male strip club, and someone hands Dave Bautista some money because he's so buff. I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay, put the picture full screen. We were going to discuss the dog.
Oh, okay, we're doing the dog? All right, tell me about this dog.
So, how important is the dog in the picture?
He's part of one of the action set pieces, and he carries on to the next one in the animal thing. It's also part of the resolution for Dave Bautista's character. Like, it definitely ticks off some cliches. Like, if someone meets an animal on their journey, they adopt that animal. That seems to happen quite a bit in movies.
But I mean...
Or the gruff cop gets, the cute animal, or loves animals.
But in the movie, like, Homeward Bound, the dog is a big piece of the picture, and the whole movie's about the dog, you know?
Right, yeah.
In this picture, he's like a third of the picture.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Like, yeah, so the dog is like 1/3 of the thing, but definitely not 1/3 of the movie. I mean, Fighting with Your Family, though, I mean, the main girl, 1/3 of the poster, like 90% of the movie. Dwayne Johnson's half the poster, 1/10 of the movie, if that.
Maybe.
And then there's a dog that's almost as big as Dwayne Johnson, not even a percentage. It doesn't even pop up on the scales. Go back to our Fighting with Your Family discussion. It's really good stuff.
Okay. So we feel a little cheated, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I wasn't expecting a ton of dog time because I've discovered that's what they do for marketing.
Yeah.
You know?
It's false advertising. So there's a scene that they ask, he tells Bautista, are you white? Is he white? What is he?
No, he's Vietnamese.
He's Vietnamese?
No. Filipino.
He's Filipino.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they're talking about like the comedy in this movie. Like turns out Kumail Nanjiani is just as racist as anybody else.
Uh-huh.
You know, and there's like other jokes too. Like he's trying to explain to people, like Chinese-looking folks in a sriracha factory, hey, what Uber is, and they're like, dude, we know what Uber is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and driving Uber, that's what I do for a living. Yeah, everybody who uses Uber pretty much knows how it works. Like, occasionally on a weekend, I'll get some people over 50 who are using Uber for the first time, but they generally got a pretty good grasp on it if they're able to download the app.
It's user-friendly.
Yes, I'll say.
Gwen says, I like the Scorpion King. Yes, we don't like the Scorpion King. And was the movie really realistic of Uber driver?
No.
We have an Uber expert here.
I'd say no. There's many things not so cool. Like, and it's funny, like, in an interview, Kumail Nanjiani said Uber just wanted it to be accurate, but it wasn't accurate.
It was as inaccurate as it could be.
Right. Like, right off the top, like, his boss is requesting an Uber ride, right? And he said he couldn't cancel because it would affect his star rating. No, canceling affects an acceptance rating. It's this whole other bracket. You only get a rating if you do a ride and do part of a ride. So if you don't accept a ride, that's a good way to avoid a bad rating.
Okay.
Like if you drive up to somebody and see that they're urinating on a parked car, maybe you don't want to even start that ride.
Yep.
You just keep going.
You just ditch it.
That's on one of my checklists, and it does come up.
All right.
Any other questions about Uber that you thought was weird with the movie?
No, I mean, can you really make $5,000 on the thing?
No, they're like, here's the thing, like if you try to milk a ride like that, which even though he was helping out Dave Bautista, he said keep the meter running, Uber might step in and be like, oh, this is a mistake. Where did the ride actually end? Like they would ask the rider, hey, were you actually with them for 5 hours, 8 hours, you know? And I think all Uber rides can't go past like 4 hours. Like, I can't take someone to San Francisco from LA. No. Like, it just won't allow for that far. But for some reason, I can take them to Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and like, as an Uber driver, I wouldn't want to do a trip that long because it just opens it up for the rider to complain, and then you lose all the money. Like, who knows where, like, I think it would refund the rider all the money. But yeah, it's just too much liability.
And you won't get paid.
Yeah. And I love it, like every single person who hopped in the car didn't have a destination set. When do you not have a destination set when ordering an Uber? Like I've only encountered it once in the year and 2 months I've been driving Uber, and that's because they had accidentally did an address for Europe.
Oh.
And it prompted me right away to type in a destination.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about my other scene I like. When they're fighting in the sporting goods store.
Oh, yeah, that was
And fun. He gets all of those hooks stuck in his face.
The fishing hooks, yeah. That was pretty good.
That was funny. I was like, he's hitting him from behind. I thought the villain was not a big... He looked like the guy from Malibu's Most Wanted.
This guy?
Yeah.
I think he's from The Raid. It's like this action movie that's awesome.
Well, that's a good way to describe it. Yeah,
No,
an action movie that's awesome.
I've never seen it, but apparently it's like a police force going in to do a raid, and it turns out it's a trap. The criminals, it's just like a shooting gallery, and they blow away all the police except one survives. I think this guy, and he just takes them all out, you know, with his martial arts.
Okay. I mean, I just thought Bautista could just, like, grab him and that would be it, you know?
Well, in a fair fight, but you saw right away his glasses got knocked off in the first fight, and then most of the movie he's blind. Like, it's funny when he eventually can see, he immediately gets blinded again by Sriracha.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta keep this joke going somehow.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like heroes that have an obvious weakness, you know. And Dave Bautista was his eyes, you know.
Yeah.
And I like the scene where they're in the animal hospital, and Dave Bautista's just like, you know, trying to shoot the bad guys, and then Kumail Nanjiani has to take out the lights, and he's hitting them with dog food. As soon as he nails someone with dog food, Dave Bautista can hear it and then shoot him, you know. I don't know how that would actually work in real life. He's not Daredevil.
I don't even think Daredevil could do it.
Daredevil's a lousy shot.
Yeah.
I wonder what Daredevil would do with a gun. Like, I think Daredevil's a little bit like Batman. Like, he refuses to, you know, kill people or use guns, you know. Just not his style.
Yeah.
He'd rather beat him to a pulp.
Yep.
And I had mentioned The Big Sick earlier. Lovely story. So Kumail Nanjiani is a stand-up comedian, and he gets heckled by a girl. Like, she's just saying like nice things, but after the thing, she's like, even if it's positive, it's still heckling. You're throwing a comedian off their groove.
Mm-hmm.
And they start dating, and they barely date, and all of a sudden, the girl becomes super ill and goes into a coma. Right? It's more drama than comedy.
Okay.
But, so yeah, he's like, what's my responsibility here, you know? And he's like staying by her side because he feels responsible. And like, he has to reach out to her parents who are in a different city. And her parents are played by one of them's played by Ray Romano. And he does a great job in a dramatic role. Like, you need to check out some more Ray Romano stuff outside of Everybody Loves Raymond. He's really good. There's a mumblecore movie called Paddleton that's really good with him in it. I believe that's on Netflix right now.
Okay.
And he's also good in Get Shorty as a sleazeball movie producer.
I haven't seen any of that.
Both on Netflix, I think.
Oh.
So, no excuses. But with movies on Netflix, you gotta get to them quick. You know, I'd say see it this month for Paddleton.
Without a paddle? Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a touching story, The Big Sick, you know, and like it's roughly based on how Kumail Nanjiani met his actual wife, and she actually helped him write the script, and it was like a huge knockout of the park.
Wow.
You know, like lots of nominations and what have you. And I think it was an Amazon Prime movie, so it's probably still on Amazon Prime. But yeah, solid movie.
Okay.
Oh, Gwen's writing. She loves Everybody Loves Raymond.
She says was not Big Stick nominated for an Oscar, was it?
I'll have to look it up.
Okay.
But yeah, solid movie. Let me see. Ooh, Judd Apatow was a producer.
Stuber.
Reception. Critical response.
Stuber.
Award. Best original screenplay was nominated
Okay.
in the Oscars. Man, I'm just scrolling through all these awards. That's a lot. Screen Writers Guild of America, Best Original Screenplay nominated.
All right.
Oh, it won Women Film Critics Circle, Best Screen Couple.
Okay.
Good job, Big Sick. I knew you could do it. I didn't know that was.
Well, I mean, it's got some attention then, you know?
Yeah, it should have gotten more though the year it came out. I think it was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely. And ironically enough, he drives Uber in that movie too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's a big Uber fan.
Yeah. Uber, Stuber. Any last thoughts on Uber?
No, I'm okay. What's next week's movie?
Lion King.
The Lion King.
Oh, and something to look out for. these are the most carefully written reviews I've ever seen for a movie.
For which movie?
Lion King.
Carefully written reviews?
Yes.
But who's writing the reviews?
Like everybody. Like they're saying, oh, it looks spectacular. Like they're all focusing in on how it looks. So I'm thinking they really didn't care for it. Like it looks great, but they're all thinking in the back of their minds it's the exact same movie. Like Aladdin squeaked through and I enjoyed it because they turned it into a musical. I don't think they could do that with The Lion King. Like, I was watching online a side-by-side comparison of Hakuna Matata and the CGI new one. It's just the lion in the pit, Pumbaa, just, walking down a trail, kind of trotting and singing. In the Lion King animated version, like, they're going all over the place. They're going across log bridges, they're swinging into water, eating bugs, Like, it's much more appealing, And how are they going to do the craziness of I just can't wait to be king?
I don't know.
So I think it'll be interesting, movie. I don't know. We might end up talking Crawl.
Oh my!
If it really is a shot-for-shot remake and just a longer version of the original, like this is the one I'm most scared of. Like I was scared for Aladdin. I'm really scared for this Lion King being just a straight ripoff.
Wasn't Disney making an R-rated movie?
This is it, Stuber.
This is a Disney movie?
Stuber was the first R-rated film. That's what I kept. That's an article I read.
This is a Disney movie?
Stuber was.
Oh.
Yeah. You want me to look it up?
Why was it rated R?
Stuber?
Yeah.
Violence and swearing.
This is a Disney movie?
Stuber.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It says Disney Fox films. I don't know.
All right. Well,
I think it's a Fox thing. Whatever.
Okay. So Gwen says the original Lion King. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I'm thinking it's gonna look something like The Jungle Book.
Yeah, I never actually caught the remake of The Jungle Book.
The last one that came out.
Yeah, it's Jon Favreau directing, so I could see it being pretty similar. But wasn't the Jungle Book like a little darker and scarier? The Lion King doesn't look scary.
We'll see.
Yeah. But, expect the worst, hope for the best.
Okay. Set the standards really low.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. Keeping this episode short and sweet. If you are thinking about doing Uber, please use my code.
Let's see the code.
Ronnie
W 2811.
2811 UE. I don't know what any of that means, but hopefully that code stays good for a while.
Okay.
And it's also in the comments, so you can just copy and paste it. But yeah, if you do the code, I'll totally hook you up with like really cool Uber pro tips because I know all the tricks by now. I actually just recently figured out how to change the destination.
Oh my God.
It's not really apparent. Like it's actually buried in the app. It's like ridiculous, but a writer actually showed me how.
Okay.
So thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for Lion King.
I'll see you then.
Ciao.